So when you deal with a critical person, when a critical person kind of comes your way, you need to try to figure out what's really going on here. What's the real issue? Are they jealous? Did they have something in their background that I'm reminding them of right now? Are they just not really following after God in this one truth? Are they threatened by me? Or did I really do something wrong? You need to try to figure out what's the real issue. And then you need to come here and you need to check the scripture and you need to figure out what is really God's perspective on what is being said against you. And now I'm going to meddle in your life a little bit, if that's okay, as we begin to wrap this series up today. I'm just going to meddle in your life here and in mine a little bit. Because not only do you got to check to find the real thing, and not only do you got to check the scripture, but you also got to check your own spirit to see where you're critical. I think it's easy in all of these messages that we've been given to think about the other individual and to think about how this other individual has to change and how you go, oh gosh, I wish they were here so they could be hearing this and so that they would get the picture because, man, they are exactly what he's talking about. It's easy to point the finger at others, but really this is the time where we need to hold up the mirror and say, okay, how am I critical on the inside? How am I critical? Now, you might be hearing today about this critical stuff, and you might go, oh my gosh, that is totally me. I'm the one that's always negative, maybe to my spouse, or maybe to my kid's teacher, or maybe to the people in my neighborhood. I'm always the critical one. I always vocalize it. I almost feel like if I don't, I'm doing the wrong thing. I kind of feel like God gave me a deputy badge and I'm in charge around here and I need to be critical of others to really straighten them out. That's totally me. I am that critical person. It's probably easy for you to recognize that. But for the majority of you, I want you to get to think about how you're critical in silence or how you're critical in private. Do you end up talking about the negative side of other individuals with your friends? When you get along with your friends, do you go, oh my gosh, could you believe what so-and-so was wearing? She never dresses this way or never dresses right. I don't even think she loves God at all. How could you love God and wear that stuff, you know? Or are you critical of the people in your life with your friends, guys, that when you get alone and talk with them, you guys all chuckle and laugh and have a good time just ripping other people apart? Yeah, you're not critical directly to the person, but you're critical in private of everybody, except for maybe yourself and the person you're talking to. And then as I thought about it, how many of us are just critical inside, even if we're not critical outside? We're always sizing people up. We're always having our first thought be a negative thought. We always believe the worst about another person. And when they're telling us something, we're all trying to defend ourselves on the inside or knock them down a few notches because it makes us feel better. And our first thought is a critical thought of the other person. So whether you're critical to people, whether you're critical when others aren't around, or whether you're just critical on the inside, no matter which one of those you are, we all have the same problem. And that is we're critical in here, in our heart.